the recording also. So in case if you would want to view the recording later on, you can certainly do that. Yes, Monica ma'am, and I'll request Pooja ma'am to share all the important links in the chat section. So students, these links are really important because these would be helpful for you to enroll to this test series course. Okay, so all the links like the syllabus link, the payment link, the Facebook link as well, everything is shared there. You can just copy and paste these links somewhere important where you remember actually. Okay, so just copy and paste these links and these would be helpful for you. Okay, so yes, Monica ma'am, we can then begin the session.
Okay, thank you so much, Aarti ma'am. So in the meantime, while Pooja ma'am is just, she has already pasted here. So all the important and relevant links, as Aarti ma'am has told you, are in your chat box. You can either copy paste and avail them, or you can directly click on them, whatever you deem fit. Now, children, let me quickly tell you about the flow of the session. So first of all, you will get to know your mentor. So we already have your mentor here with us, okay? And then you'll see a short informative PPT and you can note down if you want to note down any details related to your course. And in case you have a doubt or a query, you can always put up that in the chat section and we'll be happy to answer. And then the actual demo will begin, for which all of you are here. So I hope the flow of the session is clear to all. Okay. So if it is clear, please show me a thumbs up. At least smile. Come on. So it's clear to Arav, Alina. No, Sharav and Alina. Okay. And Muhammad. And Shushang. Okay. What about others? And Chinmay, Savannah, Azmin, I will again request because, you know, this creates a communication disconnect. Please switch on your cameras. We do not allow students without video in the class. So, okay. So Shubh Goyal is super ready. All right, good. Good going, children. So we have with us Aishwarya ma'am, who's going to be your mentor for this entire course. She has got a passion for teaching. She's been associated with us for quite some time now, and she loves to interact with kids like you. So I'll now request Aishwarya ma'am to speak directly to you. All over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Monica ma'am. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Yes, no, don't know. Physically here, mentally not here, anybody like that? No. Okay, great. Yes, all right. So hi, my name is Aishwarya and I'm from Delhi. And my main expertise lie in science. So I've been teaching for competitive exams for quite some time now. I teach Olympiad, I teach for medical entrances and everything. So since this is a test series, and we will obviously be discussing about the questions that we have for Olympiad, what I want from you is to revise whatever has been taught to you. And I believe that, like we had discussed earlier, most of you are new here. So maybe some of the topics might not be covered, you know, in class for you, but when we do the question paper, it's the entire syllabus for Olympiad. So whatever doubts you have, you can clear that with me, as well as we will be solving the test papers also. Okay, so you have to be slightly interactive, because if you don't interact, then how will I know that you know the answers or not know the answers, right? So we'll have a prompt session, we'll learn together, and hopefully I can guide you with some tips and tricks to crack the Olympiad. All right? Oh, great. Yes, Monica.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, children, allow me to share my screen for a short PPT. In few seconds, we are good to go. I believe my screen is visible to all. Okay, so a very warm welcome to the demo and interaction program for Class 5 Science Olympiad Test Series course. As you are already aware that Olympiad Success is India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad exams. Olympiad Success Live is India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiad's preparation. School Plus by Olympiad Success is one of its own kind of annual program that includes 8 important courses that really matter at this point of time in your life. These 8 courses include mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, both spoken and written, Vedic math, and coding. Here you get one-on-one online CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, and IB classes for grades 2 to 12. One-on-one preparation classes for international mathematics Olympiads like SASMO, CMO, HKIMO, TIMO, Math Counts, US Common Core Math Competition, Math Kangaroo, and PRMO. So you can meet our international rank holders for the year 2022-23 on the screen. There's so many all brilliant kids like you. So the classes are going to be group sessions with batch size of around 20 students delivered through Zoom by seasoned tutors. You've already met your mentor, Aishwarya ma'am. So you get 3 sessions per week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Note down the timings. The timings will be 6:30 to 7:45 p.m. with 5 minutes of break in between. And in all the sessions, we'll discuss the previous year questions from the Olympiad exams with the objective in mind to strengthen your Olympiad preparation. Syllabus is available at this particular link, and fees can be paid by clicking on this particular link. Don't worry, all the relevant links have been pasted in the chat box and will again be pasted in the chat box. So the fees for this entire course is 2,500 rupees, and it is going to be a 10-session course. The fees includes discussion of 10 mock tests containing the questions based on previous years so that you can enhance your rank in Olympiads. So all that you require for these classes is a laptop or a desktop with good internet speed, with camera, because I've already told you we do not allow students without video in the class, and headphones for better audio clarity. As you're already aware, preparation for Olympiad exams is slightly tougher than your regular school curriculum. So you need to spend some time extra every day to cope with the curriculum. And of course, parental support is required at the back end. In 2022-23, Olympiad Success had students from more than 3,800 schools across India and abroad, hailing from 35 plus countries. Now the live classes for this particular batch begins from Wednesday, 20th September 2023. I hope you've noted down all the relevant details. Have you? Okay. And now, in case you have a question or a doubt, please put up your doubt in the chat section. We'll be happy to answer.
Students, links have been shared in your chat box, so you can just go through your links once again.
Any doubt, anyone? Please feel free to ask in case you have a question. Don't keep the doubt with yourself. No doubt. Karis, though your camera is on, we still can't see you. Azmin, Savannah, Alaina, Muhammad, Nilargil. So Sharab has a doubt. If we are not able to attend a class, can we get the recording of the class? Of course, Sharab, if you're not able to attend a class, though, we really prefer that you should attend the class because, being present in the class and learning on the spot gives you the edge of experiential learning, which is very important. You can ask your doubt in real time and get those cleared. But in case, due to some emergency, you're not able to attend a class, then in your dashboard, you can access the recording. Am I right, Aarti ma'am? Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. This is perfect. Yeah.
Any other doubt?
I
Pranit?
believe otherwise, Monica ma'am, we have to ask the questions.
Yeah, I think we have to do this. Okay, so what are the days on which we have classes? So Azmin is saying Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yes, I got it. It's MON. Okay. Is Azmin right? Do you agree with what he's saying? You would like to disagree? Sharav is also saying Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Are they both correct? Or you would like to differ? Mohammed, Karis, Chiranjeev. So Mohammed is saying Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Praneeth is also saying Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then let me tell you that all of you are right. Very good. Full marks on that. So you were attentive in the PPT. Good. Now, what are the timings? What are the timings for the class? Do you remember? Let me see who answers first. So Shubh Goyal is saying 6:30 to 7:45. Must be AM, isn't it? So Azmin is saying 6:30 PM to 7:45 PM. Okay. Now, if you do not write AM, PM, I will have to consider it as AM. Alina is saying 6:30 to 7:45 PM. Okay. Are they correct? 6:30 to 7:45 PM. Praneeth is also answering the same. Yes, that's correct. This is the correct timing. Okay, and how many sessions are there overall? 10, are you sure? Alina and Azmin, Praneeth is also saying the same. 10 sessions. Okay, Karis, Mohammed, you all are right. Total number of sessions are 10.
Monica ma'am, they are super attentive.
Yeah, they are. So now I believe on this positive note, we should begin with the demo. Right? Everyone agrees? You're waiting for the demo? Show me a thumbs up. Or you've gone to sleep. Okay, so Azmin, Praneeth. Oh, Shubh Goyal is always super ready. Good, very good. So all over to you, Aishwarya ma'am.
Thank you, Monica ma'am. All right, so let me just share my screen. Yes, is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Great. So we have a set of 50 questions here, right? So each session we'll try to cover up all those 50 questions. These 50 questions are based upon the entire syllabus that we have for Olympiad. Now, first, like ma'am said, no videos to be off, right? Please be attentive in class, as well as please sit with a pen and paper, obviously, because we'll be solving these questions, right? So you need to know the correct answers for each one of them. So I would suggest everyone to have at least a pen, paper, pencil, paper with you, so that whatever is the question given, you can solve it, right? Okay. Now, what you're going to do is I'm going to read out the question. I'll ask you the answer. All of you will send me a direct message. No messages to the entire group, because then everybody will know your answer. I want to know your individual answer. So try to send me a direct message, everyone. Okay. Put the question number. So for example, if you're talking about question number 1, put question number 1 or 1, and then your option A, B, C, D, whatever you feel is the correct answer. Now, if I know that most of the topics might not have been covered in school, but along the way when we go, we will be talking about each one in detail as well. Right? Any doubt in any of the question, raise your hand, put your doubt in the chat box for today only. Other days, of course, you'll be allowed to unmute yourself and talk in classes. Okay, let's start. All right, the first question. Ahana has already given me the answer. Good, Ahana. Okay, both the seeds and the leaves of the plants are edible. What plant is this? Potato, cabbage, radish, mustard. In which of the following plants, both the leaves as well as the seeds are edible? Come on, everybody knows these are common plants that we eat as vegetables. We have potato, we have cabbage, we have radish, and we have mustard. I've not got a single correct answer as of now. Think, in a potato, do you eat the leaves of the potato, the seeds of the potato? What do you eat? Alana, correct. Shara, very good, correct. What about others? Others, if I'm not taking your name, that means your answer is not correct. Think a little bit and answer. Give it a try. It's fine. It's not necessary to know all the answers. We're all here to learn, right? Radish, do we eat the seeds of the radish or the leaves of the radish? Radish is what? Radish is a root. You're eating the root of the radish. Savannah, correct. So in this case, the question 1 is the correct answer would be option D. Only for mustard, we eat the mustard leaves also. All right, when we make vegetables out of the mustard leaves, and we eat the mustard seeds also. They are black in color and they're eaten as a spice. Okay, so correct answer is option D. For potato, we eat the stem only, the underground stem. For cabbage, we eat the leaves. And for radish, we eat roots and leaves also, but not the seeds. Okay. All right, moving forward, next question. Fitting special trains and train tracks with magnets allow the trains to float above the tracks. This reduces dash and allows the train to move dash. Friction between the trains and the tracks or slower. Friction between the trains and the track and faster. The weight of the train or faster. And magnetic force between the trains and the tracks are faster. Mohammed, correct. Sharaf, correct. Savannah, correct. Others think, what will happen? Why are we creating magnetic, or why are we allowing a magnet to be added to the train tracks? Little bit of common sense. What will happen? Ahana, correct. Alina, correct. Please put the question number also. If you just put A, B, C, I don't know which question you're answering. Yes, what about others? Give it a try. Shubh. Chinmay. Answers. Praneeth. Think what is the correct answer? So correct answer here would be option B. Friction between the trains and the tracks need to be reduced. Why does the friction need to be reduced? Because what will happen if the train tracks and the train keep on, coming in contact with each other, and there's a lot of friction between the two, what will happen? It will get heated up. If it gets heated up, the train tracks are made up of metals. Anything which gets heated up expands. Okay, materials expand on heating and contract on cooling. This you have to remember. So if it will heat up, tracks will expand. What will happen? Track is like this. It heats up. It becomes like this. Then what will happen? The train will go off the trail. Then there'll be accidents. We don't want that. So to reduce friction, we have magnets, and this will allow the train to move faster. So correct option would be option B. Okay. Next, Peter is playing soccer. At which point does the ball have the least potential energy? First, tell me, what is potential energy? Least potential energy will be where? A, B, C, D. This is point A, this is point B, this is point C, and this is point D. Azmin, correct. Azmin, please put the question number also. Others think least potential energy. Potential energy is in a moving object or a stationary object? We have two types of energy in an object, right? Shubh correct, Azmin correct, Ahana correct. Others think? Yes, can first tell me, is potential energy in a moving object or is it in a stationary object? Stationary object, correct, Alana. So normally any object that is just ready to move or it is at the stationary position, that will have potential energy. Now they're asking, out of the 4 positions that there is, the least potential energy is present where? Where it might not move further, Praneeth, correct? Right? So let's say if I have a ball in my hand and I place it right at the top. Okay? And I have another ball which I've placed on the table. The one that is placed on the table will have the least kinetic energy, least potential energy, because there's no chance of it moving unless I push it or I pull it, right? But if I have something on the top, it has a maximum potential energy because it has the capability of falling down. All right. So in this case, correct option would be option D, because after reaching point D, there is no movement going to happen. So it's completely at the point of stationary. So that will have the least potential energy. All of you are answering B and C. B and C will have actually maximum potential energy because that can move eventually. Okay. So correct option is D. All right. Next question. 4th one. See it carefully. It's your match the following. So in the given below, there are 2 groups. Okay. One, we have different types of eatable substances, and group 2 is giving you what is the category. So chickpea and kidney beans, brinjal and carrot, pepper and chili, kiwi, broccoli and cabbage. So vegetables, fruit, spices, pulses, salad, fruit. You have to categorize them. I'll give you one hint. For example, brinjal and carrot is what? They are vegetables. So like that, you have to put them in categories. Quickly put them in category and give me the correct answer. Okay. Alina correct. Sharaf correct. Others think chickpea, kidney beans are your, what is chickpea and kidney beans? Chickpea and kidney beans are your, kidney beans are your rajma in Hindi, and chickpeas are your, the gram, the chole that we have. So now tell me the correct answer. This should be, instead of R, this should be actually, okay. Yes. Shubh, correct. All right, so let's quickly match. Kidney beans and chickpea are what? They are pulses. So A is equal to R, right? B, I've already told you, B is vegetables. Pepper and chili are spices. Okay. Kiwi is a fruit. And broccoli is a, broccoli and cabbages can be used for salads. So correct answer is option D. Okay. Those of you who are still not answering, please answer. Give it a try at least. Maximum you'll be wrong. It's fine. We're all here to learn, like I said. Okay, next question. Read the following adaptations of animals for grassland habitat. Grassland means where it's a terrestrial habitat, land habitat. There are grasses everywhere. No law. It's not a jungle, but huge lands of mainly grasses. They have strong claws that can be withdrawn inside their toes. They have eyes on the sides of the heads. They are light brown in color. They have strong, flat hind teeth for chewing. Yeah, plains, Praneeth, correct. Plains, mostly plains, no big trees and all. Okay. They move in herds. They have eyes in front of their faces. So out of these categories, you have to find out which ones will be the prey and which ones will be the predator. Predator, for example, which one is a lion or a tiger. So in grasslands, what do you find? Grasslands mainly you find, let's say you find zebras, you find giraffes, you find deer and all of that as the prey. and predator would be your lions and tigers. Okay, so now identify the features that might be present in a lion or a tiger, which is a predator, and the features that are present in a prey. So think Sharaf, correct. Alina, correct. Others think. Okay, let's identify one by one. First, they have strong claws that can be withdrawn inside the toes. This is a tiger or a lion, right? They can take out their claws or retract their claws. So this is your predator. Okay. Now they have eyes on the sides of the head. This is a prey. Deers usually have eyes on the sides so that if there is any movement in the grassland, they can easily detect that movement and then run away. Okay. Light brown in color. Lions, tigers, light brown in color. So this is a characteristic of the predator. So they can camouflage in the grasses easily. Then they have strong, flat hind teeth for chewing. These will be present in organisms which are eating grass only. So this will be your prey. Okay. All tigers and lions and everything, they are carnivores, right? So they will have sharp teeth. They'll not have flat teeth. Then they move in herds. Okay. So moving in herds, prey. And they have eyes in front of their faces. The predator will have always eyes in the front of the. Yeah, but Praneeth, only we are talking about all the predators, right? So for example, zebra also and everything. Most of them are not, they will camouflage easily, but not necessarily all are brown in color. But tiger, lion, mostly brown in color. So according to this, we have A as predator, C as predator, and F as predator. Okay. So option C. Whereas prey, we have B, D, and E. Yeah, Alina, like I said, we are not talking about a particular predator or a prey, right? We are talking about all of them. So we have other prey also. So we have cows also, we have zebra also, we have giraffes also, we have elephants also. Okay. Next, which of the following is the energy pyramid given correctly? So these are your three pyramids. For the option D is all of the above. So you can see them first. So here we have producers, herbivores, producers being eaten by herbivores, carnivores, and then the fungus decomposition is happening. In this case, we have plants, herbivores, carnivores, top level carnivores, and the fungus. This is upside down. Decomposers, omnivores, carnivores, herbivores, and producers. Which one is correct? As an energy pyramid. That means maximum energy which will be present in which category, and then as in when we go further into the food chain, will the energy increase or decrease? Fungi is decomposers, fungus. Decomposers. Producers are plants. Herbivores will be animals who eat plants. Carnivores are animals which eat other animals, and fungus will be decomposers. So correct answer is what? Savannah, correct. Others think? In a food chain always starts from producers because plants can undergo photosynthesis. So it will always start from producers. So producers will have the maximum energy. All of us are directly or indirectly dependent upon plants. Okay. Plants will be eaten by herbivores. So example, plant, let's say the plant is eaten by a deer, right? Then carnivores, let's say carnivore is a tiger. So that deer is eaten by the tiger. So this is how your energy will also transfer. First of all, an energy pyramid will always be upright. That means it cannot be inverted. Upside down it will never be. It will always be in the upright position. So these two are in the upright position, but this is starting with a decomposer, and herbivore can't be eaten by a producer, right? A deer can't be eaten by a plant, obviously. So this one is the correct one. Fungus, if all of these organisms die, fungi will decompose the body of the all three. All three will be decomposed by these fungus. Any doubt so far, anyone? Is there anything that anybody's not understood? If you have a doubt, please put it in the chat box. Even if you feel the doubt is silly, it doesn't matter, ask. All right, next. Has anyone done brain in school? Okay, let's see where you can identify. So this is a brain, right? And you have the markings given. So this yellow portion is A, blue is C. B, C, D. Quickly identify. Sorry, the yellow part is not A. This part is A. The outer portion. Okay. Correct. Sharaf, correct. Alina, correct. Savannah, correct. Others think. What is the structure that is the bone that is protecting your brain? It's the Azmin, correct. It's the skull. So A is the skull. All right. This looped structure, biggest structure loop, this yellow structure is cerebrum. This is the largest part of your brain, which is B. This C is cerebellum. All right. And D is your medulla oblongata, or simply medulla. Okay. So this B part, which is the cerebrum, is responsible for thinking, memory, and all these things, whereas cerebellum is responsible for quick responses. Like, let's say, if you sneeze, or if you cough, or there's vomiting, these are all by C, and D will connect this is also known as the brain stem. This will connect the brain to the spinal cord. Okay, so this you have to remember. So when I tell you all these things about these things, write down. Okay. Medulla has different centers, Praneeth. It is responsible, it has hormones also, but it will also connect the brain to the spinal cord. Okay. So you have to note down all these things, because you'll not remember it for every, like I said, for every test, we have 50 questions. It's impossible to remember everything about those 50 questions. So write down, note down as much as possible, so that you, next time when we have a similar question, because the pattern remains the same, you'll know what is what. Okay, next question. Which of the following statement is correct? Fructose is in fruits such as banana and apple. Glucose is in food like jam and jellies. Simplest form of carbohydrates is glucose and fructose. All of the above. Azmin, Alina, correct. I'm sure everybody's done food and its components, at least in school. Sharaf, correct. Think, everyone. Others think. Mohammed, correct. Yes, what about others? Why are others not answering? Everybody has to answer. And those of you whose videos are off, quickly switch on your videos. Praneeth, correct. Savannah, Niragya, Azmin, Ahana, videos. Okay. Now, first of all, fructose is in fruits such as banana and apple. That is correct. Fructose is known as fruit sugar. Okay. So all your fruits have fructose in them. That is what makes them sweet to taste. Glucose is present in, glucose is the simplest form of sugar. So glucose is present in all your other sweet substances like jam, jellies, or sugar in itself. So that is also correct. And they are both simple form of carbohydrates. That means you cannot break them down further. Okay. So both glucose and fructose are simple forms. Fructose is a type of sugar that is present only in fruits. Okay, so here correct answer is D. All of the above are correct. Next, Sharad spread water on 2 pieces of bread and put each one into a plastic bag. He sealed the bags tightly. Then he put one bag into the freezer and the other was left on the table near the kitchen window. 5 days later, he took the bag out of the freezer and compared it to the one on the table. The following figure shows what he saw. Which of the following was Sharad trying to find out? So this was from the freezer and this is put out for 5 days with water, right? If mold, what is he trying to find out? If mold requires light to grow, if mold requires air to grow, if mold requires warmth to grow, or if mold requires water to grow. Mold is what? Fungus basically, right? Okay, Hana correct, Azmin correct, Savannah correct. Others think? Sharaf correct. Hana, I've already told you it's correct. Your answer is correct. Yes, what about others? Others think who've not answered correctly. So what are they doing? They are basically, what he's doing is he sprayed both the bread pieces with water, right? But one is placed in the freezer and the other one is placed outside. The one that has been placed in the freezer had no growth in the mold. That means, and the one that was placed outside at room temperature, there was growth of the fungus, which indicates that warmth is required for growth of the mold, right? Because the one that is placed in freezer didn't change at all, right? And water was placed on both of them. So if water was the requirement for growth of the mold, then both of them should have been seen, like should have grown fungus, but both of them didn't. The difference was in the temperature. So that is what he was trying to see, that if mold requires warmth to grow. So correct answer here is C. Next. Which of the following statement or statements are correct? Ozone layer is located in the stratosphere. All weather changes take place in stratosphere. Space shuttles orbit in the thermosphere. And in the thermosphere, the temperature begins to fall as we grow higher. Yes, Praneeth, in the freezer, it's cool, no? That is why there's no growth in the mold. It was the one that is on outside, there was growth mold. So that means mold requires warmth to grow. Got it? Okay, so 1 and 4 are correct. 1 and 3 are correct. 2 and 4 are correct, or 2 and 3 are correct. What is correct? Quickly answer. Okay, Ahana, Praneeth, correct. Others think? So there are different layers of the atmosphere. So we know that the earth is covered by atmosphere, right? So we have different layers. I'll just note down the layers starting from the closest, has been correct. So starting closest to the surface of the earth, first we have, quickly note this down everybody, we have troposphere, which is closest to the earth's surface. So all the air, oxygen, CO2, everything is in the troposphere. Second, we have stratosphere. Stratosphere is just above troposphere. This is where your airplanes fly. Okay. And this is where your ozone is present. So option A is correct. 1 is correct, not A. Third layer is mesosphere. Mesosphere is the coldest layer. It can go up to minus 86 degrees Celsius. It's that cold. Okay. Next, we have thermosphere. Thermosphere is the hottest layer. And last is exosphere. Exosphere is outer space. All right. So after thermosphere, the more you move away from thermosphere upwards, the temperature will keep on decreasing. So this is correct. In thermosphere, the temperature begins to fall as we go higher because then you're going into space. Exosphere is then space and it becomes black. So only 1 and 4 are correct. All weather changes will take place in the troposphere, not the stratosphere, because troposphere has air particles. Okay. And space shuttle will orbit where? Space shuttle will orbit in the exosphere. Okay, not in the thermosphere. So only 1 and 4 are correct. Okay, next one. Are you done copying, everyone? Can I move forward? All right, great. Next question. Meena hangs 2 equal sized wet towels for drying. She puts one in direct sunlight, but the other one in the bathroom. Which towel will dry first? Towel hung in the bathroom, towel hung in direct sunlight, both the towels together, or both the towels will remain wet? This is very easy. Ahana, Shubh, correct. Praneeth, correct. Yeah, so all of you are correct. Whoever's answered is correct. So the towel that is hung directly in the sunlight is going to dry faster because evaporation rate will be higher if you're putting it out in the sun, right? Okay, next one. Rearrange the following statements logically and correctly to show global warming and its impact. Gases trap the heat and do not let the heat escape into outer space. Increase in the temperature of the earth. Release of carbon dioxide and other pollutant gases in the environment. Melting of polar ice caps, burning of fossil fuels, rise in the level of seawater, leading to submergence of coastal areas and small islands. So you have to start with the beginning. What will happen in the beginning of the global warming? How is global warming starting? And what is it leading to? So arrange these statements in from the starting to the end. Okay. I don't have a correct answer yet. Think little bit. Sharaf correct. Ahana correct. Others think. Alina correct. Praneeth correct. So first it will start from Mohammed correct. First it will start from burning of fossil fuels. When fossil fuels are burned, so this one will be 1. When fossil fuels are burnt, what will happen? There will be release of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. So this is 2. These gases will be trapped by the atmosphere. So this is 3. Because of trapping them, there will be increase in the Earth's atmosphere temperature, and this will lead to melting of polar ice caps. So this is 5. And last is this: when the ice caps will melt, you will have increase in the sea level of seawater. So 5th is 1, then we have 3rd, then we have 1st, then 2nd, then 4th, and then the last one is 6th. So correct option is option C. So most of you answered it correctly. All right, next question. Which of the following is an incorrect statement? Shadow is always black even when the object is of any other color. A shadow shows only the shape or the outline of an object. A shadow is formed on the opposite side of the light source. Shadows are formed when the light is not blocked by the object. You have to give me the incorrect statement, not the correct statement. Incorrect one out of the following. Ahana correct. Shubh correct. Sharav, correct. Others think incorrect statement. Alina, correct. Praneeth, correct. Okay, so first option, shadow is always black, right? Whether it is the whatever object is colored or not, doesn't matter. Shadow will always be black or gray in color. So that is a correct statement. Shadow always shows only the shape of or the outline of the object, right? We don't see the details. If I am standing in front of the light source, it will not show me my face structure or something. It will just give me the outline or the complete shape only. So this is also correct. Third, a shadow is formed on the opposite side of the light source. Obviously, if light is coming from here, this is the object, shadow will be formed on the opposite side, right? It will not be formed at the same side. So that is also correct. Last one is shadow are formed when the light is not blocked by an object. This is incorrect because light travels in a straight line. This object is coming in between. That is why shadow is being formed at the back. If this object was not there, then there would be no shadow. So correct should have been shadows are formed when the light is blocked by an object, but they've written not blocked. So that's the incorrect statement. And that is your correct answer for this question. Next, we use the mercury in thermometers because mercury contracts in contact with the hot object and its levels rises, indicating the temperature. The mercury expands in contact with the hot object and its levels rises, indicating the temperature. Mercury contracts in contact with the cold object and levels rises, indicating the temperature. Or mercury expands in contact with the cold object and its levels rise, indicating the temperature. Mercury is a metal which is present inside the thermometer, which gives you the reading. That silver colored thing that is present inside the thermometer, that is mercury. So what will happen? Sharaf, correct. Alina, correct. Muhammad, correct. Others think. Ahana, correct. Do objects expand on heating or contract on heating? If I heat something, does it expand or does it contract? First question, train question. What did we learn in the train question? When something gets heated up, it will always expand, right? So mercury expands in contact with the hot object, which is your body temperature, and then its level will rise and it will indicate the rise in the temperature. Okay. What is the normal body temperature? If you don't have fever, what is your normal body temperature? Put it in the chat box if you know. No, it's not 90. 95 what? Fahrenheit, Celsius, what? 97, 95. 95 degrees Celsius. You'll burn. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Fahrenheit. Okay. But it's incorrect. So note this down. Body temperature is, normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. This can also be indicated as 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. This is your normal body temperature. Both are one and the same thing. One is in Celsius, another one is in Fahrenheit. If there is an increase, let's say you go to 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 101 degree Fahrenheit or 102 degree Fahrenheit, that means it is, you have fever. 37 degrees Celsius and 98.6 degree Fahrenheit is the same. Okay. But normally we measure body temperature in Fahrenheit, not in degrees Celsius. Okay, 95 degrees Celsius will be a lot. That is boiling point of water. You can't have that much body temperature. Your blood will boil and you'll die. Okay, continuing forward. So the diagram given below shows 3 pulley systems. In each system, an effort is applied to lift the same load. So this weight of the load is same for PQR. the distance moved by the effort is greater than that moved by the load in it. Okay, so P only, P and Q, P and R, or Q and R. How much? So in which one of the following, the distance moved by the effort is greater than that moved by the load? Think everyone. Okay, so what will happen? 15th, Alina correct, Sharav correct, Ahana correct. Others think, Ahana, your first answer was correct. Alina, I've already told you, your first answer was correct. Why did you change your answer? So, in this case, the distance moved by the effort is greater than that moved by the load will be both in P and R. Okay, more effort will be required in case of, or the distance that is being moved by load is the distance moved by the effort is more than that of the load. So correct answer would be, so for both P and R, correct answer is option C. Okay, next one, 16th one, choose the correct one. Granite is smooth and glassy. Obsidian is porous. Pumice is hard. These are different types of stones or different types of material. Granite is hard. Obsidian is smooth and glassy. Pumice is porous. Granite is hard. Obsidian is porous. Pumice is smooth and glassy. Granite is porous. Obsidian is hard. Pumice is smooth and glassy. These are different types of stones or different types of rocks that are found on the Earth's surface. What is the property of that is given correct? Muhammad, Alina correct. Others think. Yes, quickly. Why aren't you answering? Take a guess. Porous means it has pores in it. It absorbs water easily. Ahana, correct. Now correct. So, pumice stone, I'm sure everybody's seen, we usually use it to, clean, to scrub our feet and all. Pumice stone comes in the market, right? So you have seen it looks like a sponge, but it is hard. So it has porous material in it. So pumice is porous. Granite is hard. And obsidian is smooth and glassy. Obsidian is also known as glass stone because it looks like a glass or a crystal. Okay, so this one is your correct option. Okay. Next question. Raju observed that fully inflated tire was not becoming bigger when more air was pumped into it. What could be the reason? So air is matter. Air can be compressed, air has weight, or none of the above. Why is the tire not accommodating any more air into it? Praneeth, correct. Others think? Or in a balloon? Alina, correct. In a balloon, if I fill up air, after a point of time, if I keep on filling air, it will burst, right? We can fill up only some amount of air. Why is that? It's definitely not B. If air can be compressed, then more amount of air can be put into the tire, no? The property is there that air can be compressed, but we're talking about something that will allow no more air to go inside the tire. Ahana, correct. Alina, Praneeth, correct. So correct answer is air is matter. What is matter? Matter is any substance which has mass and occupies space. So since air has mass and it occupies space, it fills up the tire. So no more air can be filled into it eventually. Okay. Next question. If the earthquake occurs, what should you do? If you are those staying in and get under a desk or a table. If you're outdoors, stay away from trees and buildings. If you are on a beach, leave and find high ground, or all of the above. What should you do if there's an earthquake? Praneeth correct. Mohammed correct. So what about others? Sharaf correct. Shubh correct. Ahana correct. So first of all, if you're indoors, you stay in and get under a desk or table, so nothing falls on your head. That is correct. If you're outdoors, stay away from trees or buildings because that can fall down. So that is also correct. If you're near the beach, leave from that area and find a high ground, because if earthquake has come, it's possible that the waves will come towards the beach. So all of the above are correct. Okay. Next question. What is the basic difference between fertilizers and manures? Fertilizers and manures both are used in farming, right? We add fertilizers also, we add manure also to the crops for better yield or to get more crops or the plant to grow better. So what is the main difference between them? Fertilizers are natural, manures are artificial. Fertilizers are artificial, manure is natural. Fertilizers increase the fertility of the soil, manure will reduce the fertility of the soil. Or fertilizers reduce the fertility of the soil, whereas manure increase the fertility of the soil. Okay, Praneeth, Alina, Ahana, correct. Sharaf, correct. Others think? See, option C and D are incorrect. Because like I said, fertilizers and manure both will help in growth of the plant. So both will increase the fertility of the soil. So you have to find what from A and B. So correct answer will be B. Okay. Fertilizers are artificial because they are man-made. So they are synthetic in nature. Whereas manure is natural. Manure we make from natural substances like cow dung or kitchen waste or any kind of organic waste material. Whereas fertilizers are made in the factory. So fertilizers are artificial, manure are natural. Both will increase the fertility of the soil. So option B is correct. Next question. Suppose your friend lives in a country on equator line. What can you say about the temperature of that country? So we know where's the equator. Equator receives direct sunlight. It's right in the middle of the earth. Most of you said you like universe and earth chapter. Temperature would be high compared to other surrounding countries. Temperature would be lower compared to other surrounding countries. Temperature would be same as other surrounding countries or none of these. So Ahana and Sharaf correct. Others think? If you're right at the equator, what is happening? You're getting direct sunlight from the sun. If you're getting direct sunlight, what will happen? Temperature will be high, right? Alina correct. So temperature would be high compared to other surrounding countries. As in when you move away from the equator towards the poles, the temperature will decrease because you're not getting direct sunlight. Okay. Next, some matter is transparent through which we can see. What do you call a matter which is not transparent? Luminous, opaque, non-luminous, or all of these? Sharaf, correct. Others think? Something that is not transparent is called what? Alina, correct. Muhammad, correct. There are three types of substances depending on how much light passes through them. We have transparent objects where all light passes through the object, for example, glass. Then we have translucent objects where some light is allowed to pass through it. Example, let's say a tissue paper or a butter paper. Okay. And then we have opaque objects where no light passes through them. So let's say a book or a cupboard or something. Okay, no light will pass through it. It will block all the light. So we are calling something which is not transparent opaque. Luminous objects are objects which have light of their own. Example, the sun. It has light of its own. It can emit light of its own. Or a candle, or a torch, or a bulb. Non-luminous are, they don't have light of their own. Example, moon is non-luminous. Earth doesn't have light of its own. Pencil doesn't have lights of its own. Or pen doesn't have light. Okay. Next question, 22nd one. Which among the following is the main function of vitamin K? Proper growth, clotting of blood, keeping your gums healthy, or proper functioning of the digestive system. Sharav, correct. Others think? Main function. One main function. Alaina, correct. Praneeth, correct. Mohammed, correct. So correct answer is clotting of blood. When you have a wound or something, clotting of blood is usually done by your vitamin K. Okay, so that is your correct answer. Next question. Wings of insects are different from wings of birds as they have no feathers, no bones, no strong muscles, all of the above. Sharav, correct. Wings of an insect, how are they different from wings of a bird? Others think I've only got one correct answer. It's all of the above. They don't have bones. Do wings have bones? Insects' wings have bones? No. They don't have muscles also. Okay. And of course, no feathers. So correct answer is D. All of the above. All right. Next. Which among the following statements is correct for the first class lever? The fulcrum is located between the load and the effort. The effort is located between the load and the fulcrum. The load is located between the fulcrum and the effort, either A or B. First class lever. Can you give me an example of a first class lever? We have lever systems like how we have the pulley system. Lever system, there's a load on one side, like wherever there's one load, there's one effort, and there's one point of connection. Okay. So wherever the lever is, so for example, if it's a screwdriver, in the screwdriver, or let's say in a pannier, what will be happening? The effort is at one extreme end, the load is at one extreme end, and we are rotating it. Or let's say if you have a seesaw, the fulcrum is right in the middle, load and effort are at opposite ends. So that is one type of lever. Okay, so these functions are divided into different types of levers. So what is a first class lever? Alaina, correct. Any example of first class lever? Anyone? Sharav, since you've given the correct answer for first class lever, give me an example also. First class lever. Any example? Sharav and Alaina both. Alaina, correct. Yes. So first class, no, Nail cutter is not a first class. First class liver is your seesaw. Fulcrum is in the middle. Effort and load are at the sides. So seesaw is your first class liver. Okay. Let's do till 25th, then I'll stop. Which among the following is caused by polluted water? Cholera, typhoid, dysentery, or all of the above? Pradeep, scissors are first class liver. Correct. Sharav, correct. Contaminated water. It be all of the above. Cholera will also be, cholera and typhoid both are bacterial diseases. So this bacteria is present in polluted water. Dysentery can be due to bacteria also. It can be due to any other component. Dysentery is when you have diarrhea basically. Okay. So all of the above can be caused by polluted water. Okay. So like this only we have like 50 questions from all the chapters that are covered. So for each session we have to do 50 questions. So from your side, what you're supposed to do is you have to revise all your chapters and come when you come for the classes. And we'll be doing all these questions for each of the classes. Any doubt that you have otherwise, what will you do? You will jot down those doubts when you're revising and then you can ask in class. Is that okay? So let's say for a chapter you feel or for a topic you feel that it's not clearly understood or a concept that you feel you've not understood, you can ask me, not a problem. All right. So any doubts, anyone? Otherwise, regarding anything? No. Great. All right, then I will see you guys in the regular classes. Okay. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye. See you.